By the way, the weather outside is truly and wonderfully nice today. It rained quite a bit in the morning, so there's this lovely light and incredibly fresh summer feeling in the air. Of course, it's not quite like the familiar and comforting weather we typically have back home, but even this pleasant atmosphere is genuinely appreciated here. Hi everyone. In this short and informative video, I want to do a comprehensive review of a particular factory that specializes exclusively in making high-quality jeans. Yesterday, I personally received several samples from a valued client. The client specifically asked me to diligently find the exact same exceptional quality as his existing products, but crucially at a much more reasonable and competitive price point. In this detailed video, I intend to visit at least 2 or possibly 3 different factories, carefully compare their respective prices and terms, and then try to logically figure out whether it genuinely makes sense in China to meticulously check out several distinct factories, or if all the factories essentially have more or less the very same conditions and offerings. In this particular video, I definitely won't be reviewing any small workshops that basically sew right out on the street, producing lower quality goods. Instead, I'll be exclusively visiting established factories that have already firmly established themselves as reputable and good manufacturers in the industry. So, let's enthusiastically start with a thorough review of the first factory's impressive showroom. This particular factory has been actively operating on the market for approximately 20 successful years, working not only with Russia, but also with almost all the CIS countries, building strong relationships. Quite a significant number of sellers from Wildberries currently have their popular products expertly made at this very factory. We'll do a quick and insightful review of the showroom now, and then I'll show you what the actual production process itself looks like in detail. The samples I carefully provided to the factory have already been meticulously costed out, and at the very end of the video, I'll tell you the precise price and give a comprehensive comparative analysis of the terms and prices with other competing factories. Maybe someone will find this information genuinely interesting and useful. At this factory, you can confidently order brand copies. That is, the copy will be 100% absolutely identical to the original in terms of its precise cut, the superior fabric quality, the exact color, and the intricate texture, but the copy won't have the original brand logo. However, you can certainly have other custom logos made to your specifications. Right now, I've just entered the bustling packaging workshop. Let's see what it looks like inside. This is the specific kind of robust packaging. The finished products are carefully shipped to clients in. At the moment, they're diligently packing numerous denim jackets. The quality feels really nice and luxurious to the touch. The factory proudly stated that they simply do not work with low-quality materials under any circumstances.
Here the products are undergoing a meticulous and thorough preparation process before they are carefully readied for their final packaging. This involves several crucial steps. All the loose, stray threads are expertly trimmed away with great attention to detail, ensuring a clean and polished finish. Furthermore, with the efficient and precise assistance of a specialized device, specifically a high-powered heat gun, the items are also meticulously prepped and sealed, ensuring their pristine condition and readiness for secure and protected packing.
Right now, we've entered the workshop where the jeans are actually sewn. Unfortunately, it's lunchtime, so there's no one at the workstations at the moment. We've just arrived at the production site where the factory manufactures the jeans themselves. We'll do a quick walkthrough and overview. I actually did a review of a similar facility in a previous video, but I wanted to see how the production process looks specifically at this factory. On the way here, while talking with the factory owner, she mentioned that she works with at least 5 guys from Russia who do small wholesale sales of jeans. She showed me receipts and payment slips for commissions. In general, these guys earn about 15,000 yuan a month. For each pair of jeans, they make about 1, 2, or 3 yuan, depending on the volume. So you can also pursue this kind of business with this factory. However, this factory has a minimum order of 300 units, whereas the previous one could do as few as 2. Here, in these drums, the denim is being spun. Initially, upon my arrival and first glance, my immediate thought was that I was observing a stationary mannequin, perhaps a display or a prop due to its stillness and posture. Consequently, I made a conscious decision not to disturb what I perceived to be an inanimate object or a person who was simply part of the display, choosing instead to respectfully leave them undisturbed. Moving on to the fascinating process of fabric treatment, we can clearly observe the distinct transformation. Prior to any chemical or physical treatment, fabric in its raw and untreated state presents itself in this particular manner, showcasing its original texture and color. However, following the comprehensive and meticulous treatment process, which involves various stages and specialized techniques, the fabric undergoes a remarkable alteration, resulting in a significantly different appearance. this compelling demonstration, we are able to visually discern the condition and aesthetic of the jeans before they undergo any form of specialized treatment, highlighting their initial characteristics. Subsequently, you can then clearly observe the profound changes and improvements in their texture, color, and overall finish after they have been subjected to the complete and thorough treatment process, emphasizing the impact of the industrial procedures. Furthermore, we are now exploring another distinct production facility, which, despite its unique location and specific operational nuances, shares a remarkable degree of similarity with the previously observed facilities. Overall, it is evident that these various production sites, regardless of their individual characteristics, adhere to a largely consistent operational model and exhibit comparable environmental conditions, making them more or less uniform in their fundamental aspects. On a more personal note, speaking from direct observation and experience, there is an undeniable and pervasive sense of gloominess that permeates these extensive jeans production workshops. The atmosphere within these industrial spaces often feels heavy, perhaps due to the lighting, the machinery, or the sheer scale of operation, contributing to a somewhat somber and less vibrant environment.
As I understand it, these are sewing rooms.
Right now, at this very moment.
We've arrived at the third factory. I want to say that this factory is the largest of the three I visited. Here, both the laundry and the sewing workshops are located on the same premises. Also, this factory offered the best price. So it really makes sense to search for and select factories. Generally, the bigger the factory, the better conditions and prices they can offer.
Time.
I won't spend time reviewing all the various and diverse workshops. There's also what's called a dedicated laundry facility on the premises, where the actual jeans production and washing processes meticulously take place. But I think there's no real point in filming it either. More or less, all laundries generally look quite similar. I specifically asked the factory management if they currently cooperate with Russia. Until 2022, they indeed did. This is what the working environment in the main office of this particular factory looks like. In total, approximately 1,000 dedicated employees work at this large factory. Since we didn't conduct a full comprehensive factory tour, I suggest we take a moment to look at this monitor and carefully check out the specific workshop that primarily produces jeans. Is it truly profitable to be in the jeans business? At one of the factories, they thoughtfully showed me a specific model that's currently being actively sold on Wildberries. Its retail price is 2,800 rubles. The seller of these particular jeans has them meticulously made in China for 60 yuan, which is approximately 600 rubles. You can easily do the math yourself to determine whether it's interesting or genuinely profitable. Even taking into careful account delivery costs, marketplace commission fees, and all applicable taxes, I think there's still more than enough margin left to make a very decent profit. Also, of course, factories sew both small and medium-sized batches, so you can conveniently order 200 or even 300 pieces. So if anyone is genuinely interested in this specific area, you can definitely consider it. There's a pretty good margin and you can confidently get into this business. Of course, I didn't review the workshops that operate, so to speak, out in the open air. I don't think that's a particularly interesting or reliable option, although I think there's significant demand for such jeans in Russia too. If good factories, for example, sell jeans for 50 to 60 yuan, I'm talking about the average segment, then when it comes to cheap jeans, I think you can find prices for 10 or 15 yuan. So you need to decide for yourself which specific niche you want to work in and who your ideal customer is. Guys, I also noticed an interesting trend. Factories that already cooperate with Russia, I'm talking about factories that specifically sew jeans, somehow offer higher prices than those that don't work with Russia yet. The Chinese do track the final retail price, the price at which their products are sold, and most likely start calculating, so to speak, someone else's profit. So if you're looking for a factory, I highly recommend paying close attention to those that haven't started working with Russia yet, Just so you understand, this factory building has 5 floors. Now, as usual, we're heading to lunch. After lunch, we'll come back and do a little review of the packaging workshop. We arrived at a beautiful restaurant, and now we're going into a private room. Take a look at how clients are received at Chinese factories. Say that.
So what we have here is a comprehensive look at
We've all had a satisfying lunch, and now feeling refreshed and ready, we are heading to the specialized workshop that meticulously handles all aspects of product packaging. This is a crucial step in the production chain, ensuring that every item is prepared perfectly for distribution. We have just arrived at the factory's impressive second location, a sprawling complex that significantly expands their operational capabilities. Here, the factory boasts a completely separate, purpose-built building exclusively dedicated to the intricate process of packaging products, highlighting their commitment to efficiency and quality control. In addition to this dedicated packaging facility, there are also 3 substantial and well-equipped additional sewing workshops, each playing a vital role in the manufacturing process. Let's go in now and take a closer look at how this entire operation works. It's truly fascinating to observe the precision and coordination involved. By the way, the factory owner, during our earlier conversation, proudly mentioned that all these extensive premises and various buildings, including the land they stand on, are his personal property, which is a clear indicator that the factory is not just successful, but exceptionally prosperous and well established in the industry. Now let's proceed inside and thoroughly explore the factory's impressive showroom. Honestly, when compared to many other showrooms I've visited, in my professional opinion, the products displayed here are consistently of a noticeably higher quality, showcasing superior craftsmanship and materials. Right now, we are meticulously comparing a specific sample that was carefully sent by a valued client with a corresponding sample of the factory's own high-quality fabric, ensuring a perfect match and adherence to specifications. In any case, once our thorough comparison is complete, we will be promptly sending the factory's sample back to the client so they can conduct their own comprehensive comparison and detailed review. Of course, as part of the standard procedure and to ensure complete satisfaction, a trial first model, meticulously crafted to the client's exact specifications, will also be expertly sewn and presented for approval.
the shorts in particular.
By the way, it's incredibly cool here at this very moment. They just showed us some really impressive samples of their latest denim jeans.
The overall quality of the product.
And the fabrics are completely different.
Also, it is worth noting that
the factory also makes these kinds of children's jeans.
obviously very
The models can be different.
here just right.
Here, we have a diverse collection of fabric samples, and as you can clearly observe, each one is entirely distinct and unique in its texture, pattern, and composition. The factory, a well-established and reputable entity, has been a prominent presence in the market for an extensive period, spanning well over 2 decades. Consequently, the comprehensive range of available fabrics and the vast array of creative possibilities that can be realized with them are, in practical terms, virtually limitless, offering an unparalleled selection for various applications and design visions.
In addition to what has already been mentioned, it is also important to consider that there are other significant factors at play here.
Right over here, we have the main workshop area. Specifically, within this very building, there is a dedicated sewing workshop and also a separate, well-organized packaging workshop. We will be heading into the packaging workshop a little bit later on to take a comprehensive look around and observe their operations. The esteemed owner personally informed me that all of these extensive spaces and the entire premises are, in fact, his own private property, which truly signifies that this factory is quite successful and thriving. So, please take a moment to look. There is yet another distinct workshop located just over there, across the way.
Here, right here, at this very moment, in this precise location.
This is also a bustling and active workshop, so we've just gone up a floor, ascending to a new level within the facility. Here, what's currently happening is the meticulous pre-packaging preparation, a crucial step in the manufacturing process. This involves the careful and precise trimming of all the threads, ensuring a clean and finished product before it moves on to the next stage of packaging and distribution. In general, it is widely observed that all sewing workshops dedicated to the production of jeans, regardless of their specific location or operational scale, tend to exhibit a remarkable degree of similarity in their fundamental processes and organizational structures. Here, within this particular facility, the meticulously crafted jeans are currently undergoing the crucial stage of being carefully packed. It is truly impressive to witness the exceptional quality of this packaging. It is remarkably good, demonstrating a dense and secure method that ensures the integrity of the product during transit and storage. What genuinely impressed me the most about this specific factory was not only the consistently high quality of their output, which was evident in every garment, but also the astonishing variety of styles and models they produce, catering to a diverse range of consumer preferences. Furthermore, the sheer scale of the factory itself is quite remarkable, indicating a substantial production capacity. One can immediately discern that this is indeed a very large-scale manufacturing operation, characterized by extensive facilities and a significant workforce. Consequently, the pricing structure here, while competitive, can be described as more standard or typical for an operation of this magnitude, reflecting a balance between quality and accessibility. Following our exploration, we have now ascended to another floor within this expansive facility. On this level, the primary activity taking place is the meticulous pre-packaging preparation, a critical step in the production chain. This involves, so to speak, the final refinement of each garment, where all extraneous threads are carefully and precisely trimmed, ensuring a clean and polished finish before the jeans are ultimately prepared for distribution. In general, all the sewing workshops dedicated to the production of high-quality jeans are more or less fundamentally similar in their operational structure and essential processes. Here, within this particular workshop, the meticulously crafted jeans are carefully and efficiently packed, each pair handled with exceptional care, ensuring they are nicely and tightly secured for transport and distribution. I must emphasize that I personally like the overall quality observed at this specific factory the most, which encompassed not only the superior craftsmanship of the garments, but also the impressive and diverse range of styles and designs available, the innovative models being produced, and the sheer impressive scale of the factory itself, which speaks volumes about its production capacity and efficiency. You can immediately tell upon entering that it is indeed a very large and extensively organized factory, operating with a high degree of professionalism, and a significant advantage was that the prices here were, let's say, considerably more reasonable and competitive compared to other establishments, offering excellent value for the quality provided. Subsequently, we ventured into another distinct workshop within the same facility, and here too the finished goods, specifically the newly manufactured jeans, were actively being packed with the same level of diligence and attention to detail. You can clearly observe that the dedicated people working here are performing their tasks properly, with a commendable level of skill and commitment, ensuring every step of the process is executed flawlessly. Intriguingly, inside the main factory building, there was this truly interesting and quite unique shrine. It's genuinely the first time I've ever encountered something quite like this. A serene and spiritual temple situated right within the bustling environment of a large-scale production site, offering a fascinating blend of industry and tradition. With that insightful observation, I will now comprehensively wrap up my relatively short but hopefully informative review of this remarkable facility and its operations. I extend my sincere and heartfelt thank you to absolutely everyone who took the time to watch this video, to those who thoughtfully commented and shared their perspectives, and especially to those who showed their appreciation by liking the video. I genuinely look forward to our next encounter, and I eagerly anticipate seeing you all again very soon in future content. With that final thought, I will now definitively wrap up my short and concise review of this fascinating experience. Thank you once again to everyone who watched, commented, and engaged with the content.